People think that entrepreneurship is all about the business.
That's not true. Absolutely not true. Once you know yourself, who you are, what do you want, what you already know within yourself, you will definitely be successful. That I guarantee you.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs. In this episode, we're going into the second part of the path to self-discovery. Good evening, Dr. Venga.
Good evening, Krab. Good evening.
So before we start with going into more details on the path to self-discovery, I'd just like to remind our viewers the purpose that we set up or we started this personal development for entrepreneurs. And you've been doing this for 35 years, helping individuals, all individuals better themselves, manage their time better, become more organized. And over the years, you've refined it towards self-discovery, because that is the key, isn't it, to managing yourself or managing your time. When I first met Dr. Venga, he told me something very that has stuck with me for over the years, and that is that time cannot be managed. I went to see him. My meeting with you was about time management, my first meeting, but then you told me time cannot be managed because time and tide waits for no man. Whether you want to manage it or not, it just flows. So the key then was actually managing yourself. And I realized that this is something all entrepreneurs need. There's a really good definition for entrepreneurship, and that is entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity beyond resources control. In order to pursue opportunity beyond the resources that you have within your control, a high degree of intelligence is required. And again, this is something you have taught me, Dr. Venga, that there's a significant difference between intellect and intelligence. Intellect being the ability to dissect and analyze and look at something from various angles and come to come to conclusions via empirical reasoning. Intelligence being something more than that. Intelligence can tell you that a rose is beautiful. Intellect is the ability to pluck all the petals away and tell you what's inside those petals, how many cells there are, and how the plant conducts photosynthesis, and then how the flower blooms and comes out. But intelligence is what teaches you to appreciate the beauty of the flower. And intelligence is something that every entrepreneur needs to be able to access. It's not as it lies dormant in all of us, and as long as we are relying to a high degree on our intellect, that part of us that wants to dissect, analyze, and arrive at conclusions via empirical evidence, intelligence remains dormant. It is only sometimes you don't have to suspend your intellect, but sometimes you need to allow intelligence to rise above intellect. And the only way to do that is through discovering yourself, is through understanding who you are, understanding your limitations, understanding why you are the way you are, and learning how to organize yourself. And for me, in the 3 years that I've known you, Dr. Venga, being able to organize myself brought about one of, I think, the most significant benefit, which is clarity. Once you are organized, you achieve a certain degree of clarity, which allows you to understand yourself, your limitations, what you're capable of, what you can do, your potential. And that helps bring out the entrepreneur in you much better. And essentially, that has been the goal of this program. Personal development for entrepreneurs is about how you can gain clarity about yourself through realize through self-discovery. I hope this program and all the episodes before this, from the day we started, has helped you, our viewer, in some way discover yourself and give you that clarity, that mental objectivity required to succeed as an entrepreneur.
Very well put, Ikram. Very good. Very good, Ikram. And these programs are available from in the Facebook, and where else, Ikram?
So you can watch every episode live on Facebook, and they are replays on YouTube. So on YouTube, just search Ventrax MY, Ventrax MY for Malaysia, and you will find our YouTube channel.
Thank you. Okay. See, every entrepreneur wants to be successful.
That's right.
And the Western definition, and I repeat, a Western definition of success is money, bank account. Can you imagine what is $1 trillion US? I can't. $1 I understand, $10 I do, 50 yes, 100 yes, 1,000 yes, 10,000 maybe, 100,000 maybe, no? But when you talk about trillion, success is defined by money, and that is very much a very Western orientation, because that's the only thing they know: to steal, to take, to conquer, to rule, to colonize, and show power. Exactly what is happening today in the world today. I'm more powerful than you. I will teach you a lesson. If you look at the atrocity that are happening, it's all because of this money. So is success money? Asians never looked at it that way. No Asian worth his salt will ever think in that format. I have 25 buildings, or I have a house that shows me how successful I am. No, they all know at the end of the day, they will all end up in the cemetery, being buried, go back to earth, or being cremated and go back to earth immediately. They all know that. Asians, regardless of religion, know this, that they will one day die. And therefore, to their success is liberation. They want to be free of burden. As an entrepreneur, if your objective is to make more money, then you should actually look for another way of life. Then you're not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is actually someone who takes a watermelon, takes out the juice into a glass, put a small little umbrella on top of it, hooked up to it, and serve it with a tray, and charge 30 ringgit for a glass of watermelon juice. A watermelon may only cost $2 or $3 or $4 ringgit, no? But he can slice it into 4 and make 20 ringgit for each part of the melon. Am I making any sense?
Yep. Yes, you are.
That's an entrepreneur. The ability to take a product, turn it around, and do it. Look at me. All I'm selling is a piece of paper called a V planner. That's all. Anybody can print this. You can take a piece of paper and copy me and do it. No issue at all. But what comes with it is my coaching, is my every week meeting the person, talking to him, discover. I encourage people to discover themselves. Discovery is about you. We, as a human species, is the only, we are the only problem. The rest of the world got no problem. Look at nature. It grows by itself. It takes the power of the sun and then synthesize it. Photosynthesis takes place. It produces oxygen for human to consume. And it does it by itself. And then what happened? From the soil. In the soil, there are billions and billions of microbes, which helps this entire synthesis process. Do we human pay a little attention to the soil? No, we don't. Nature, let me ask you this simple question, Ikram. Does a tiger have to go to a tiger university to get tigerized?
No.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't go to primary school, secondary school. It doesn't. Human does. See, we are the problem, not nature. We have used nature, everything that's provided for us by nature, we have taken it, converted it, like the melon, and made it into something. Who is the issue? We are the issue. The one who can think about putting the umbrella on a glass and squeezing the melon juice inside and adding a little salt on the top of the glass and putting a tray, that's intelligence. That's not intellect. We have the intelligence to take something, convert it, make it better. But going to school, getting a degree, going to the university, it's just a path. But as an entrepreneur, you must look at within yourself. What are you good at? What are you capable of? Success. What is success? You define the success as money. You please find your own way, because that is not success. Success cannot be defined by any human being to another human being. Each human being has a way of defining his or her success, but you must know what that success is. I am successful in the way I talk to people, help people discover themselves. The more people I find who discover themselves, the more successful I feel. I am prepared to end my life anytime. I have reached a stage that I have accepted death and I'm prepared to go anytime, because I have been successful in, like you explained just now at the start of the program, how you have picked up and used. That is success for me, Ikram. Like that, every individual must find and define his own success. I know we have a wife and children and they have to go to school. Sure, absolutely. That's part of your responsibility. But in order for you to fulfill that success, it is you that got to go inside you to look for that. It's not outside. It's not at any university. It's not in any bookshop. Yes, the book that you buy can trigger, but it is you that are able to use. Something opens your mind, you use that. And that's why it is so important that you discover yourself. Now, the question is how, which everybody is asking. Yet it's a very simple way. Very, very simple. It's not so difficult. But there are certain things you must do. First and foremost, you must use what I have produced called a daily schedule. At the daily schedule, you must put down what is it that you need to do today. That is for your home, for your own self, for your business. What are you going to do? Meaning allocating time, daily schedule. The daily schedule represents every day you put down things that you want to do. Not that you have to do, but you want to do. Okay, and that it comes in a time frame of 16 hours. Small, minor things that you have to do, it also is there. Phone call that you got to make, it's also there. At the end of each day, the daily schedule has got a little thing called, was I productive today? Just a simple thing like, was I productive today? Itself will trigger you to open yourself out. That productivity is not talking about the other person, you. As an example, you have a meeting with someone, and there you are discussing with your subordinate, whatever that is. In that meeting, what did that person achieve? What did you achieve? So that daily schedule gives you that for the day, which is a crucial part of what I'm trying to say. Discover yourself. Next, I have a thing called monthly action. Every month, you must write down all the action that you want to take, whatever needs to be done. There are 74 items. It's very specific, 74 items. That is the maximum an individual can do. You can do more, of course. 74, maximum item, each taking time, not happening once, but many times. You list down all the things that you have to do and what you want to do. You put it down, whether it's calling somebody or sitting down and working out a plan, whatever that is, you write down monthly action. At the back of the monthly action is a monthly goal. What are the things that you want to achieve for the month? It's also there. You have to write down. Nobody can, it's a blank piece of paper. So the monthly action and the monthly goal, it comes together. The fourth thing that is extremely important is the monthly schedule. It gives you a time frame from 6 in the morning to 11 at night. And you got to allocate time when you want to do what. And if I were to just share with the use, but I don't know whether it's possible or not. If I just show, like in the month of May, starting, I have a schedule like this. From 6 to 10. I hope the users can see this, but gives you an idea. What is it that I want to do for the month? And finally, is to sit down and review. You must review the things that you do on a daily basis. These 5 things, the 5 elements to success, to become a successful entrepreneur. Aside from this, you need a lot and lots of things. And there are many things that is required. Ikram, you have done all of this. That's why you are sitting at the top of an organization, dealing with people, and you have become a very successful entrepreneur. But in this case, you are also at the same time helping other individuals also succeed. Thanks to the fact that you yourself have realized the ability to become successful is not out there, but within yourself.
Definitely, yes.
And that is the key to managing one's success. Okay, and the 5 things that I talked about is the key to the success. Again, let me repeat. Number 1, daily schedule. Number 2, monthly action. Number 3, the monthly goal. Number 4, the monthly schedule. And finally, the review, daily review. 5 things. By doing this, you will discover yourself.
Venga, if I may just recap what you said about the 5 items towards succeeding, and just reorganize it practically, for practical purposes, because it actually you've identified all those 5 things, but I think when you're actually doing it, it starts with having a goal, right? So the monthly goal is first necessary. You need to know what you want to achieve in that month. Then once you know what you want to achieve in that month, it's important to then break down that all the things you need to do to achieve that goal. So it's the monthly goal, then you have the monthly action, all the actions required to achieve that goal. And then it's the monthly schedule. You start planning all these things that you need to do. You have to schedule them for the whole month, right? And after you've got your monthly schedule, then you create a schedule daily. So you look at your monthly schedule for today and you have that daily schedule done. And then at the end of the day, you do the review.
That's right.
That's how it would flow, right?
Absolutely. You're right. 100% right. 100% right. Absolutely, Ikram. But this is the tool, the thing that you have to do on a daily basis. But within yourself, you also must discover your ability, your own ability. See, I am very lucky in my life. I never went to a structured school. I never went to a school. I never went to a primary school, secondary school, no school at all for me. Whatever I got was by myself. Everything I did was myself. Now, therefore, I do not have a mindset of anything. I do not even think that Sir Stamford Raffles discovered Singapore. None of that. Long before the generation of Sir Stamford Raffles was born, the land Singapore existed. The land Malaysia existed. Nobody discovered. The Portuguese did not discover Malaya. No. I have no such mindset. This is a simple thing. See, I do not believe that, as a human being, you can discover anything. You only can discover yourself. Nature has provided everything. Nature has everything. Every material that you have that is being used, from going to space, outer space, and all that, came from the earth. But our intelligence made us the ability to look at a material and see how we can use it better. Like the melon story. Watermelon. Entrepreneur cuts it into 4, and each portion he puts a little flag and makes up. This is what intelligence is all about. Now, this intelligence is sitting inside you. It's not outside somewhere. You can't go to a PhD program and after signing a paper and you present the paper that you become intelligent. No way. It's what's inside you. You have taken it out and used it in an effective way to convince people by writing a paper or doing a thesis and showing to people, hey, this is what I have discovered. This is what it is. And then they say, okay, you got a PhD, huh? But it is you that look within yourself what you can. Like you go to school as an example. Okay, you do mathematics and all the rest of it, they give you marks. But whether that mathematics or the science or whatever it is, you can take it and use it in your life. That is what you are discovering. The education was not. It is the path. Like that, in life, there are many, many things that you must discover. And I can give you a list of things, okay, that can help you discover yourself. First of all, empathy. Are you empathetic about other people's opinion? Empathy. You must embrace empathy. If you do not embrace empathy, then you are not developing. It's inside you. You have to develop it because you're a human. If you are a tiger, no need empathy. I got to eat you up for breakfast. Done. But no, you're a human. And because you're a human, you must embrace that people have empathy. You must embrace empathy. Secondly, confidence. Do you have confidence in what you are doing? Whenever you lack you want to do something is telling you don't do it, and then you don't want to do it, that means you have no confidence. But confidence needs clarity. Very important. Without clarity, confidence is stupid. Then you may be confident and do the wrong thing. like the tiger eating a human and thinking, I'm having breakfast. Yeah. Listening. Do we pay attention to listening? Are we an active listener? We are not. So we got to develop that. And then fear must become your friend, not something your heart rate goes up, no? 225. No need. Fear, you must manage fear. You must improve your body language. All this you can learn from within yourself, okay? And then to get along with people. And more importantly, getting along with your own self, having a conversation with your own self and getting along with yourself so that you do not procrastinate. Procrastination is another problem. All that you must also discover. And then all people, human they have difficulty to wake up early in the morning. They wake up by a clock or their wife beat them up to get up. The waking up early, that must be part of you. And then become more proactive, not reactive. When you react, you do wrong thing. When you proact, you are thinking and doing it. Okay? Then, you also must understand this, you meet people, they always have difference of opinion, or they have different views. There is always a conflict. How do you resolve this conflict? Look at the stupidity the world is doing today. We are at the verge of a third world war because humans refuse to resolve their conflict. They rather beat and see who's better. See, you as a human must have that ability to resolve all conflict, whatever that is. The next thing, you must let go of your past completely. Okay? You must remember the past can only make you understand what you should have not done. You learn from the past. And then moving forward, you must have the ability to read. Read every day, at least a page or two. Understand that it can trigger you to awake yourself because everything is inside you. To awaken you, you read. And that's how, Ikram, you told me by reading alone, you discovered yourself in many things. Okay? Now, then, resilient is another quality. Resilient helps you to do the things over and over and over again. Resilient, you are able to do it. Although you fail once, you'll try again and try again. Resilient. Okay? Stress is something we all have. But you need to manage your stress. Also, it's inside you to control. All you got to learn is a little technique called breathing exercise. If you do it well, Ikram, you're the expert in this. You can probably teach them about breathing exercise. You know this, okay? Right, okay. And then there is no such thing as limitation inside you. You have people actually stop short of putting out everything they have. There's no limit to human understanding. You know that. Anybody can become whatever he or she wants to be because it's inside us. It's not outside of us. Okay? And then one of the ways which I discovered was share. Always I share. I'm telling you everything I know I share with people. I am not afraid to share because the more I teach, the more I learn. The day I stop teaching, then that learning will also stop. So sharing with people is a way sharing your experience. And that way you can also do that, okay? Again, willpower. Willpower, you must also discover your own willpower. Where is it? What it can do, what it cannot do? How can you be better? Okay? And always remember that you're dealing with human beings and therefore you must be mindful. Always mindful. There are people around you. They are humans. and therefore become mindful of what they are doing, so that all this I spoke to just now can also help you. Okay, when you do that, you will make better decision because you are mindful, therefore your decision making becomes better. And finally, one of the last things that I have learned is that you must constantly remember that you have a mindset. And that mindset is started off when they put you in a box. You must always remember you got to work on your mindset. Why do I think like that? Why am I forming conclusion like that? Always look at it, experiment it, so that your mindset doesn't become a set, it's open. You see things, everything different, fresh, like you explained just now, Ikram, which is, you look at a flower, you must be able to imagine how this flower came about, not by dissecting the flower, then the flower becomes useless. That's a mindset. When you can go beyond imagination, beyond your emotion, your mindset will open up and absorb other things that can be. There are so many other things that I can talk about, and this will take a whole year. But what I'm saying, Ikram, is that the discovering of oneself is the key to a person's success. And that, all of what I said, has nothing to do with money. It's got to do with yourself.
Yep. Just as a recap, Venga, I'm just going to have this put on the screen here, the 21 things that you've just listed that are key towards discovering yourself. So it's on the screen now. Embrace empathy, confidence, listen actively, make fear your friend, improve your body language, get along with others, get along with yourself, stop procrastinating, wake up early, become more proactive, master the art of conflict resolution, let go of the past, read often, read more, become resilient, manage stress effectively, ignore your limitations, share yourself, increase your willpower, become more mindful, make better decisions, and finally work on your growth mindset.
Yes, so you have known me long enough to understand every one what I spoke about is something that I do myself on a daily basis, looking at it all the time. See, when I look at you today, Ikram, I see you as a fresh Ikram, not the Ikram I saw yesterday or the week before or the month before or the year before. You are a fresh Ikram. I see you different today. This is how you begin to not have a mindset that you always look upon things in a different way. So always we must see things because we have that ability. We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, we can touch. These are survival skills. You need survival skill. That's the intellect part. The intelligence is what I spoke to you just now. While you need intellect to survive, you need intelligence to take you to another level of self-discovering and making you better at it. And all what you need, what you need is use the 5 tools I spoke about, which you very eloquently put it. First, start off by writing down the monthly goals you want to achieve. Secondly, translate that goals into things that you have to do in your monthly action, all the things you got to do in order to achieve the goal. Okay, and then you schedule it in your monthly plan, in your monthly schedule. Schedule it, meaning time. You give a time when you want to do it. Okay, the third thing. The fourth thing is then make sure that you execute it daily on your daily schedule. Execution, daily schedule. And finally, do a review. There's a form for that. You do your review of what you do. That review itself You will discover. You will discover yourself every time you sit down and review yourself. Hey, how can I make this better? Is there a way to improve this? By asking a simple question, can I do this in a faster time? Yes, can. Can you make it a little better? Yes, of course I can. The moment you say, no, I can't, that means you are dead already. The review teaches you to always ask this question. Hey, is there a way to make it better? Yes. It's a simple review process. That's not so difficult, isn't it?
No.
But
Doesn't
it takes
sound
a lot of
difficult,
hard.
but in practice,
Yes.
it is hard.
That's why, Ikram, every successful person, not in money, every successful person I've met they have one thing in common. They are extremely self-disciplined. Self-discipline is the key to your success in life. This is what I discovered. If you have no self-discipline, it is very difficult to move forward. Can self-discipline be taught? No. Cannot. Can self-discipline be put by a strict military rule or a military prison or in a prison? Can you discipline somebody? Cannot. They retaliate. Humans will retaliate. Animals will contain, okay lah, this is my fate. This is what it is. I'll die here. But never a human. They always retaliate. So discipline is self. It cannot come from outside. You remember when your mother or father beat you up? Okay. Did they discipline you? They tried to. It never happens, right?
Nope.
It never happens. That's why it's so important. Self-discipline. It must be something that you have to develop and build it. And it is not built just like that. It takes time to build. The self-discipline is also a discovery.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree.
Huh?
I think that's a cornerstone, a keystone towards
Yes.
path to self-discovery.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. How do we do so much in so little a time?
Yep. Venga, we have 2 more minutes. So if you'd like to wrap up and bring us to a conclusion on this second part of the path to self-discovery.
Okay. All I can say is like that one, no? Ikram. The 5 elements I talked about just now is the key to self-discovery. And you mentioned it before. It's your monthly action, your monthly goal, your monthly schedule, your daily schedule, and your daily review. 5 things. If you can do that, you will discover, especially the last one. The more you review what you have done and ask yourself this question, hey, this job took me an hour, or this I've done. Am I happy with what I have done? Just this simple one. Am I happy with what I have done? The answer will be, you can make it better. It'll never come, yes. It'll always say, you can do it better, because it's you that's answering to the outer mind. Of course I can improve. Even this program, after I've done it with you, okay? If I review this, you'll tell me, no, you could have done this, and you can. Of course you want to improve. So there's a constant improvement, because time, my dear friend, time and life is one. If you allow time to go in front and life stay behind, you are left But if you go forward together with time, then you are always moving forward. So time and life is together. It's never separated. Many people let the time go and they stay behind. So these are the people, 80% of the population of the world is like that. The one that come together and go forward are people who recognize time and life is together. Ikram, that's my story of my life.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Venga. This is a really good episode. So we know the 5 key elements towards discovering yourself. There are also 21 habits or principles that one should have as an entrepreneur towards self-discovery. We've listed it out just now. Thank you, viewers, for joining us on this episode of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs. To all our Muslim viewers, I'd like to say Selamat Hari Raya. And our next episode of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs is happening on 2nd of June. It's the first Wednesday of the month, as usual. We'll see you again at 8 p.m. then.
Selamat Hari Raya.